Today's yoga class is Kurmasana, tortoise pose. Hello, welcome to episode 2.
Here's our blanket, excellent.
Asymmetrical twin. Dropping and sinking up.
Notice how
So just notice. Joining us for the second episode of next week. Namaste. Hello and welcome to episode 88 of Namaste Yoga. I just think it's fun that today's episode is 88. The numbers 88 are all about abundance. So the number 8 is an abundance number, and it's kind of funny because we received a couple of donations just last night in time for this episode. So I want to thank Holly Slaughter, who made a monthly donation. Those monthly donations, they really help us pay for things like tapes and other materials that we need to run this show. And you can make a monthly donation for as little as $2 a month. You know, it's only 50 cents a show. So that really helps us out. And then I also want to thank Ivy Tulin for donating. She promised that she would donate $15 a month for every month that she used the podcast. So I'm so happy to see that she's still using them. That's fantastic. So thank you so much for your donations. You can make donations at www.melissawest.com, and they really do help us a lot to put this show on for you. And watch at the end of the show because we roll your thank yous and the credits. We thank you for your donations there too, so you can see your name there when you make a donation. Okay, today's class is Kurmasana, and we're going to be using a wall a lot. So you might want to just pause this tape. You're not watching on a tape. You want to pause this video for a moment and clear off a wall. You're going to need about the width of your arms or your legs on either side of you as well. So you can see here, I'm going to use the gate, the fence today, and I've got good space on either side of me for that. So go ahead and get that set up. So here's the trick to getting your legs up the wall. You're going to sit on the edge of your yoga mat and put your hips right up against the wall, and then swing your leg around to bring your legs up the wall. And we're going to start today with our legs wide to start to prepare for Kurmasana. So you can take your legs wide, and I want you to just be cautious of the insides of your knees, okay? It may feel like you could go further here, and you can check that out, see how it feels, but if it starts to pull in here, then you're going to just come back a little bit. So you guys are going to stay here while I tell you the story of Kurmasana today. You can either place your hands on your belly or your palms up beside you. So I'll be reading you today's story of Kurmasana from Alana Kavalya's book, Myths of the Asana. So legend has it that the demigods have been cursed after insulting a sage, and because of this curse, many of them were slain in a war against the demons. Although the demigods possess mystical powers and can bring the dead back to life, the remaining demigods were unable to use these powers to revive their fallen comrades. They approached Brahma for help. Realizing this case was beyond him, Brahma took the demigods to Vishnu, who was lying on a serpent, Ananta, in the ocean of possibility. Vishnu advised the demigods to make a truce with the demons. Together they could produce what both groups desired, Amrita, the nectar of immortality, by churning the cosmic ocean. In order to complete this task, he recommended that they place the contents of the ocean on the great mountain Mandara and use it as a churning rod. They did as Vishnu suggested and used Vasuki, the king of serpents, as a rope to churn the ocean and the sacred potion. The demigods pulled Vasuki's tail and the demons pulled his head. As the ocean began to churn, the mountain started to sink into it. At that moment, Vishnu appeared in his tortoise form, which was called Kurmavatar, and supported the mountain on his back. The churning continued, but instead of producing the nectar of immortality, a terrible poison emerged from the cosmic ocean. The demigods and demons then petitioned Shiva to rescue them. which he did by drinking the poison. Shiva was able to hold the poison in his throat and return the ocean to its original divine state, but the vile liquid turned his throat blue. The churning produced many other celestial items, such as precious jewels, nymphs, and a divine cow. At some point in time, Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune and consort of Vishnu, came out of the ocean. Finally, Dhanvantari, the doctor of the demigods, appeared with the pot of nectar of immortality. The demons forgot about their truce with the demigods and snatched the pot away. Then Vishnu came on the scene disguised as a beautiful woman who enchanted both the demons and the demigods. She said she would distribute the nectar evenly among the gods and demons. Intoxicated by her beauty, the demons and demigods readily agreed. She had them sit in 2 rows. But by the time she had finished feeding the demigods, the pot of nectar was empty. The path of the yogi is to churn the body with the rope of the mind through repeated practice in order to reach a state of freedom and joy. Let me say that again. The path of the yogi is to churn the body with the rope of the mind through repeated practice in order to reach a state of freedom and joy. During this process of purification, a lot of debris may surface before there is nectar. This is why the support of well-wishers, fellow yogis, and teachers is welcome, just as the tortoise supported the mountain. The tortoise pose is a reminder that asana practice endows us with the strength and mental vigor we need to face challenges in life. So reflecting on this story and the idea of the practice of yoga being about churning the body with the rope of the mind through repeated practice, set your intention for today's practice. What would you like to receive from this practice? And then we're going to stay with legs up the wall for a little bit here to begin to prepare the body for Kurmasana pose. Okay, so you've got your legs at the wall, and you can bring them back in now. And all you're going to do is just create a slight bend in your knees, and then cross your right leg over your left leg. Really open up your right knee. And here you can start to bend that left knee down to create a stretch in the outside of your right leg and in your right buttocks. And then slowly bring your left leg up again. And bring your right leg up. And this time you'll cross your left leg over the top of your right thigh. And then start to bend your right leg down. Until you come to that just right spot where it's not too much and not too little in your left glute. And then when I practice yoga, you've probably noticed this, but I like to close my eyes. As I close my eyes, I can focus on my internal experience of my breathing and sensations in my body. Okay, and then take your legs back up again, stretch them out, and to just bend your knees and place your feet flat on the wall, and then bring the soles of your feet together and open your knees towards the wall. Whew, nice little ledge there for my heels here. And you could, if you want a little bit more, place your hands on your knees and press towards the wall. Just be cautious of your knees. Make sure you're feeling the stretch in your hip joints, not on your knees. Okay, and then take your hands behind your head. Draw your elbows in slightly, tuck your chin, breathe in. Breathe out and curl your shoulder ribs towards your back ribs so you're coming into an breathe out, draw your belly back. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in. 2 more breaths. One more. And then roll down through your spine. Let's take a deep breath in. Out. Okay, let's take our hands behind our head again. Let's do this again. Elbows in slightly, tuck your chin, breathe in. Breathe out. Curl up. So one of my commitments lately is to include some abdominal work in every class. And the reason for that is many. I mean, it's so important to have a strong core for what we do. But I'm just thinking about the will that it takes to withdraw our senses from the world, to turn off the television, to not have that sugary, sweet treat. All these things that help us find our true self within. This withdrawing of the senses is really important, but it does take willpower. And by cultivating our third chakra in our core, we can create that will. Okay, and then roll down through your spine again. Let's take our legs straight up in the air. Okay, we're going to do some nice twisting sequences using the wall. I love working with the wall. You're going to bend your knees. So you're doing knees to chest to begin. And then take your arms out to the side in a soft T. You're just going to walk your feet over to the left. And you'll look over your right shoulder. And you can stay here with your knees bent, or you can straighten your legs out along the wall. It's really nice too. It's your choice, whatever works better in your body. Okay, and then bring your legs back in and start to walk them up the wall again. Bend your knees and you're going to walk them over to the other side. And look over your left shoulder. And then you can straighten your legs out. Okay, let's bend our knees and bring your legs back center. All right, from here we're still going to use the wall, but we're just going to back our bodies up. So probably the best way to do that is to roll to your side and back yourself up. So we're going to have our feet against the wall now. And you are going to need a yoga strap too. So if you need to pause to get a yoga strap, that would be totally fine. So place your feet against the wall and you're going to go ahead and hook up your left foot with the strap and draw your left leg in. You want to keep your right foot. So I've noticed this week with my students is their feet tend to turn out. You want to keep your right foot pointing straight up. Okay, and then we're going to open your left leg out to the side. And what my students have noticed this week is that it really helps to keep that right leg grounded, to have the right foot against the wall here. And then bring your left leg back center. I'm going to lower it down and place it against the fence, and you'll just notice maybe some adjustments that you have to make. The difference between your left and right leg is pretty noticeable now. And then hook up your right foot. Check in with your left foot of your heel and draw your right leg in. The other thing I really notice about doing this way is that I can't raise my leg nearly as much, which means that there's a lot of hip hiking going on before, so it's really interesting. And then open your right leg out to the side. Okay, and then bring your leg back center and release it down. I'm going to do one more thing here with the wall. Bend your left leg in and just hug your knee into your chest. And then we're going to inhale, open your left leg out to the side. And exhale, cross it over your body. Keep your hips on the ground for this one. Inhale, open. Exhale, cross. And then you're going to add some rotation in your pelvis to this. So inhale, open. Exhale, roll your pelvis. Inhale, open. Exhale, roll. Inhale, open. Exhale, roll. Okay, and then lower this down. And we'll just do the other side and then we'll be moving. So draw your right leg in. Inhale, open. Exhale, cross. Inhale, open. And on this one, you're keeping the back of your pelvis on the ground. And then we'll add the rotation of the pelvis. Inhale, open. Exhale, rotate your pelvis. Okay, and come on back center, release your legs, and you can bend your knees, roll to your side, and come up onto all fours. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips, exhale, round up through your back as you shift back, and then inhale, arch your back as you come through. And then you're going to take your left leg out to the side, place your whole left foot on the ground, cat pose here. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. And then take your left leg and cross it over your right leg. Same thing here. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. And then come back center, bring your knees underneath your hips, sit down into child's pose. Just take a rest here. Maybe even lift your arms and circle your wrists. Circle them the other way. And then come up onto all fours here. And we'll do the other side. So take your right leg out to the side. And exhale, round up to your back. Inhale, arch. And then cross your right leg over your left leg, cat pose again. And then bring your leg back center. Let's just do a down dog as a counter pose here. Stretch out the backs of your legs and your spine. Okay, so come on down onto all fours again. We're going to do another pose. This one I'm going to give lots of modifications and kind of build it as we go. So you can stop at any point that feels like that's the end point for you. Listen to your own body. You're going to come up onto all fours and take your left leg out to the side and open up to your right side. So you're resting on your right knee and your right wrist. And then lift your left leg off the ground. So you can stay here, or if you'd like an extra challenge, you can take your right leg out as well. So you're in a side plank here, and then you can lift your left leg. Remember, real yogis, real people doing real yoga. That's our tagline here. Shall we try the other side? Okay. Oh, on a downhill slope now. Okay, so let's start with right leg back. Open your right arm up so you can stay here. The next step would be to pick up your right leg. And then the final step here, well, not the final one, but this full side plank. Maybe lifting your right leg. Oh. Oh. Okay, good enough. All right, we're going to do some more hip openers here for you. This one is one of my favorites. It's called Rock the Baby. So sit with your legs straight out in front of you. Phew, glad that part of the class is over. Just maybe shake out your legs and wiggle your hips a little bit. And then you're going to bend your right leg in and place your right foot in the crook of your arm and your right elbow around your leg. Okay, so whatever version of that you can do. And you're going to just sway your legs from side to side. Okay, and then release your right leg and pick up your left leg. And just sway from side to side. Okay, and then release your legs and just shake and wiggle them out. I'm just going to check here if there's anything else I want it to do here before we come up to standing. Okay, let's come up to standing now. So when you come to standing, you're going to find your way back to the wall that you were using. And we're going to do basically what we were doing lying down, standing up now, parts of it. So we're going to do Hasta Pandegustasana now. So you're going to take your left leg up on the wall and square off your hips as much as you can. And lengthen up tall through your spine. Inhale here. So for me, I'm at a really big edge already here. If you would like more, you could do a forward fold here, okay? Just see what feels good in your body. Could even do some arms up, lengthening up. And then fold forward. And then you're going to come up and turn your body out to the side. Okay. Try and level off your hips. You're going to drop your left hip and pull it forward. You can stay here, or you can bring your right arm up, lengthen up, down through your leg, up through your arm, and side bend here. Okay, and then slowly come up and let's go to the other side. I'm going to go to the other side of the tree, I think, so that I can still face you. Okay, so right leg is going to come up on the wall, square off your hips. Okay, and then bring your arms straight up. Inhale. Exhale and fold forward, maybe. And then inhale and come up. You're going to turn sideways. And try and level off your hips here. Okay, and bring your left arm up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, side bend. So it's so funny. I think the universe is just playing jokes on us this morning all through our recording. I mentioned that 88 is like double H, which is major abundance, and then our batteries died and we had to run out and get batteries. And then this show, I mean, the tortoise pose is about withdrawing the senses, and I mean, I'm having to practice that in a really big way this morning because there's car horns going on in the background, there's dogs barking, there's music going, there's kids playing. Withdrawal of the senses to find that peace within. I'm in practice this morning. Big time practice. Okay, slowly come on up and release your legs. And then we're going to do a little exercise to practice rolling your pelvis over your legs. So I'm going to come back towards my mat if that's okay, where I can stay here. And take your legs wide. Bring the inner edges of your feet so that they're parallel. Roll your shoulders back and down. So what we're going to do here, you want to focus on my pelvis and your pelvis as you're doing this. You're going to tip your pelvis forward. So just watch my pelvis for a moment. Notice how it's rolling, it's moving, it's moving. It's moving. Okay, it's going to stop there. If I were to go any further, I have to move through my back. But I want you to just move through your pelvis in this. So you're going to roll your pelvis back up. Inhale. Exhale, roll your pelvis forward. And just go as far as you can go in your body. Inhale, back up. Keep your spine long and your chin tucked. I'm going to do one more. Use your back muscles and your core muscles to keep your back long. Good. And then come on up. Bring your legs together. You're going to cross your right leg over your left leg. Inhale here. And exhale, fold forward over your legs. So Starling just landed on our video camera. Oh my god. Yeah, it must have been a baby. Oh, Kurmasana. What a funny class. Okay, let's come on up and switch sides. So cross your left leg over your right leg. You're going to fold forward. Roll towards your big toes here. And slowly come up. Okay, release your legs. Shake them out. I'm going to do one more thing here standing, and you might want to use the wall for balance. I don't know how much balance this is going to be. I'm kind of climbing a tree. But you're going to pick up your right leg, and you can lean against the wall. And you're going to drop your right knee down and then draw it up. So it's basically that kind of rock the baby thing going on again, but from standing. And you could do a little circling and moving your leg here too. Okay, and then let's switch legs. And cross your left leg over your right leg. Draw your leg up. So a little bit of opening and drawing your knee up first. And then we're going to do a little bit of rocking and circling, moving your leg. Pratyahara, withdrawal of the senses. That's what we're practicing here today. Okay. Ooh, stepped on something funny there. Okay. I'm going to sit down now. Okay, bend your right leg in. Cross your right leg over your left leg. And bring your left heel up to your right buttocks. Sit up nice and tall, lengthen up through your spine. Wrap your left arm around your right leg and turn toward it. Okay, come back to center. Release your legs, shake it out. Bend your left leg in. Cross your left leg over your right leg. And bring your right heel up towards your left buttocks. Lengthen up tall through your spine. Wrap your right arm around your left leg. And then come on back center and let's try Kurmasana. Bring the soles of your feet together, your knees wide, lengthen up tall through your spine. Take your arms underneath your legs and fold forward. And slowly up. Let's try one more version of this pose. Bend your knees, take your legs wide, tip your pelvis forward, take your arms underneath your bent legs and fold forward. So depending on your flexibility, if you can rest your torso and your belly and your head down on the mat, that's great. And then you can start to straighten your legs out. For me, this is as far as I can go in this pose. then slowly up. And just one more thing for today, pratyahara, the withdrawal of the senses. Okay, so place your index finger on your eyelids, your middle fingers on your nostrils. They're not going to close your nostrils because you're going to breathe through those. Your ring finger on the top of your lip and your baby finger on the bottom of your lip, and use your thumbs to close your earlobes. So I'm going to suggest you sit with the pratyahara for about 5 or 10 minutes and rest in shavasana. Thank you so much for joining us for episode 88 of Namaste Yoga, Tortoise Pose, Kurmasana. Thank you all for your donations. Do friend us on Facebook. And happy Canada Day. It's Canada Day here in Canada. We're incredibly grateful to live in such a beautiful and peaceful country. Namaste.